Good morning. How are you? Today is Monday morning. I wanted to check in with you guys. I am not feeling my best today, and it started last week. My herniated disc started acting up. I'm just like, really, right now, out of all times that this could have happened. It's a bad time because, number one, I don't have insurance. And I will say, when this thing happened before, there wasn't much help the medical professionals could give. They were kind of giving me the runaround. I went from calling my primary doctor. I got a referral to occupational medicine. They didn't really want to prescribe anything. Then I got a referral to occupational therapy. I cried like a baby because I was in so much pain. I was getting a runaround, and the therapist was so nice because he helped me get a TENS machine, which I still have. And the TENS machine is a machine that kind of provides some electrical shocks, and it helps pain, but it is not working. I still have the machine. I still got all the equipment and everything. It is not working. And the only thing that helped me the last time, I had went a month and some change without like any relief. Like I couldn't sleep. It was bad. And the only thing that helped me was that when I went back, occupational medicine basically said, we're going to give you something that's kind of strong. We're not going to give you that much. Because basically, look, I went to the ER. That's right. The first thing I did when I first got the pain was I went to the ER. And then the ER told me to take ibuprofen and Tylenol. And Tylenol for me has never worked since I was a kid. And then the primary doctor prescribed gabapentin, which didn't work. And then occupational medicine gave me Celebrex, which didn't work. So the occupational medicine doctor, he said, I won't be here the next time you come, but I want you to follow up in a month. So I went back in a month. I went from seeing the doctor in the practice to seeing the physician assistant. And for some reason, I have better luck with physician assistants and nurse practitioners than I actually do MDs sometimes. Not in every case, but sometimes it seems like the physician assistants and the nurse practitioners listen better. So the physician assistant, he prescribed steroids. And I promise you, that first day, maybe the first day or second day, I felt relief. So the bad news is that right now I don't have insurance. The good news is that I found an online site that you pay for a visit. You do a virtual visit and they get your prescription. And they don't prescribe opioids, which I don't want any. Pain medication for me does not work. The last time I got a tooth pulled, I had one side of my wisdom teeth taken out. I never got the other side done. But even the opioids didn't work. Like, it made me nauseous and it didn't help my pain. I don't know why. I'm not sure. I've heard of people that have some genes, some genetics where there's some kind of a pain receptor that just doesn't respond to pain medication. And I'm starting to think that's what I have. Nothing works. The Celebrex didn't work. The gabapentin didn't work. Ibuprofen doesn't work for this kind of pain. Usually it does. Ibuprofen is my best medication for like headaches and menstrual cramps, but it's not working for this pain. Tylenol never worked. Even when I was a kid, when I was having menstrual cramps when I was younger, Midol, Pamprin, that stuff did not work. So the physician assistant, he prescribed steroids, and I got the doctor that I talked to last week to prescribe it too. He said I don't have a problem with that, so he prescribed it for me, and thank goodness, without insurance, steroids are really cheap even at the pharmacy. So the pharmacy only charged like $7 and some change. So it's easing up slowly but surely. I can feel it easing up, but it's still taking some time, so I don't feel my best. But I did decide to go out today. I got a scratch off and I won $100. So I went and I cashed it in. And I went to Walmart and I got elbow support. It just feels like my arm, like it's always the left. Like the last time it was the left arm too. And it's associated with my neck. But it just feels like my arm can't support its own weight. That's how it feels. It literally feels like anytime I try to move my arm or stretch my arm, it starts to ache again. So I feel like it needs some support. And I did Google it, and they said that sometimes you can use a compression on your arm. So I'm going to see if it helps me. So I got this. It was only $4, so it was a good price. And I did want to get some gum, and I got some Mentos. So that's what I got from Walmart. And then I went to Ollie's, and I got some freezer bags because I was running out. And I got this. I think I can probably sleep with this because I don't think I sleep. I think the reason why my herniated disc keeps flaring is that I'm not sleeping properly. I'm a side sleeper, and I sleep on my arms. And I think that when that happens, I'm damaging the nerves when I do that. So I need to, I did some research, and it is best practice if you can to sleep on your back. So I need to kind of figure out how to realign my spine. So I went to Ollie's, and I found this for $5. So I got that. I got some more sandwich bags. I do take walks a lot. And I always kind of hold my phone. I have a fanny pack. My fanny pack is, I have other stuff in there, and it doesn't really fit my phone. So I feel like I can put my phone on my arm and carry it while I listen to, I always have my earbuds in. So while I'm listening to something, on my phone, I could be carrying it on my arm. So I felt like that was a good buy. I found a little mini massager for $5. I saw this video of this little, it was like a little massager. It was small, just like this, but it had a little bit more of the massaging little things. And someone gave it to their cat, and their cat uses it. Their cat just kind of loves that little thing. So I was like, oh, I wonder if my cat will like it. I'm gonna, let me see what kind of battery it takes. Let's see what kind of battery does it take. Can I figure it out? I can't even take the thing. You see the thing? I can't even pop this off. I don't want to hurt myself either because my arm is already messed up. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, so it takes AAAs. So yeah, I got plenty of AAAs in the house just in case this battery dies. So yeah, I'm gonna let the cat play with it. Maybe I can get it on video. So I got that for $5. And I'm going to be taking a trip this summer, and we're going to be going to the amusement park. So I feel like when I'm out all day, and just in case I need it, I would like to have a portable battery for my phone. My son has like 5 of them. He gave me one and then took it back. He loves portable batteries. He uses them all the time. So he was like, Mom, where's that portable battery? I'm like, I thought you gave it to me. I thought you gave it to me. He's like, I need it back. So he has a bunch of them. And I think also he loses them in his room. So he has a bunch of them. I don't think he has them all collected. So he finds them here and there surrounding his room. So whatever. And then I thought this was a good idea because it gets really, really hot here. So I found a polar hat for my son, or maybe when I'm even out on vacation this summer at the amusement park. So just in case it gets super hot, I'll have something. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to look on my head, but either I can use it or my son can use it. So that's what I got. And then I had to get some gas for my car. So that's what I got from the store today. So I did want to talk to you guys also about this show I was telling y'all about. So I was telling you guys about the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I told you guys that I was predicting that someone that I watch on YouTube that does a lot of reviews on reality shows, I was like, I think he's gonna be a guest on a show, because last year they had a guest. They had Nicki Minaj guest host last year, and he hasn't been reviewing any videos like of this show all year. So I was like, maybe he's under a gag order, and and that's why he can't really review the show. But no, so they did a 3-part reunion. They aired the last part last night, and he did not guess. And I was like, oh, I think he would have been an awesome guest host on the reunion. And especially because they did have a colorism issue. They denied it. So Andy Cohen, who is the normal host of the Housewives, he did bring it up. He said, look, there are people that are saying that you guys, there's a colorism issue, on this, with this cast. And the brown skinned girls on the show, and it's only really 2 brown skinned girls at this time on the show, and they said they didn't feel that way. They didn't feel like the issues on the show was related to colorism. Maybe because they're on the inside. From the outside looking in, it looks like it's colorism. Okay, and basically what colorism is basically it's an idea that people who are of, and it can happen in the reverse, but typically it is when people view lighter skin as the better skin, right? So they will, you can be a lighter skin person with the same behaviors as a darker skin person, but you will get a lot of grace and you would get a lot of passes as compared to the darker person because you are lighter skin, and that lighter skin comes with privilege. It comes with a lot of privilege to, to get away with stuff, basically. So they denied it on a part 2 of the reunion, and then last night it kind of came up again, and it came up because Candace is one of the housewives. She's a brown skinned girl, and one of the lighter skinned women on the show, she accused Candace's husband of making her uncomfortable because last year's reunion, and Candace's husband's name is Chris. Last year, Chris had an issue at the reunion, and Giselle had kind of asked him what was wrong, and he said he'll talk to her later. So after the reunion, they went to Giselle's room, and Giselle felt uncomfortable because they were in her hotel room alone, and she asked him to leave. So they had talked about this all this season, about Chris making her uncomfortable, and how basically it kind of, what they put into the atmosphere is that Chris is he's shady, and that he's possibly going to cheat on Candace, and maybe he possibly wants Giselle. Okay, so Chris has denied it. He's like, I didn't do anything. You asked me to leave, I left. I didn't do anything besides, we were going to talk about something that happened on the reunion in your room. So Candace was like, your white skin privilege is why you think you go around hurling these insults at people, and not have to face any repercussions, because a lot of people are thinking that she was using Chris for a storyline, because Giselle really doesn't have too much going on in her life, and the Housewives shows are about drama that's happening within someone's life. And so it seems like from the outside looking in, Giselle used Chris as a storyline for the show. And it seems like she can get away with things that other people can't because she is lighter skinned. That's how it looks. Now, when Candace mentioned it, she kind of said, your white skin privilege. Everyone kind of shut her down. They were like, no, you went too far. And Wendy, who is the darkest skinned person on the show, she even had an issue with Candace saying it. And I'm just like, if there's any time for you to be quiet, it's right now. Just be quiet. You didn't have to say anything. Giselle can defend herself. And it's always like that. It always seems like on this show, even brown skinned women don't stick up for each other. And that's also a sign of colorism, because it doesn't have to be that it's light skin and against dark skin. Sometimes it's light skin and dark skin against dark skin, because even people that are darker skinned there's some self-hate involved in that too, because people don't typically like each other, and some people, they do kind of give reverence to lighter skin even when they're darker skinned. So I think that Funky Dineva would have made a great guest host. Maybe he'll do it next year. I hope he does, if things continue the way they are. This season was not a good season, in my opinion. It just was not a good season. It was very uncomfortable to watch. Things kind of happened. It wasn't fun. Like when I watch the Housewives shows, I'm watching it for fun. I'm watching it for the bling. I'm watching it for the vacations. Ooh, a bunch of... Oh my goodness. A swarm of bugs just came out of nowhere. I didn't roll my windows up. This is the weirdest thing ever. I don't even know what are they? They are so loud. Are they bees? What the heck? I wish I could show you guys. I don't think it's going to pick up though on the video. They came out of nowhere. It's like I've never seen anything like that. Like, you ever think about the locusts in the Bible and how they were kind of all swarming around? That's how it looked. They just drifted over. Like, they kind of just moved over. They were just like right here. It was like a bunch of like, I was like hoping they wasn't coming in the car. They just went over there. That was weird. They came out of nowhere. I've never seen, you know, like Southern living is new to me. Like it's stuff that I notice here that you really don't notice in other places. But anyway, it wasn't a good season, and it didn't seem fun. It felt uncomfortable. It felt unfair. It felt like bullying. No one likes to watch that. I mean, I didn't find, you know, it wasn't fun to watch this season. I watched it because I felt like Sunday, I don't watch a lot of TV. I listen to more YouTube and watch more YouTube than anything else. So Sunday is my carve out day, right? That I watch stuff. It used to be Sunday, I would do a combination of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I would do The Walking Dead. Like, that was my Sunday lineup, yo. I would be like, okay, like I need to like, you know, catch the repeat, because typically what happens with The Real Housewives of Atlanta is that if you don't catch the first 8 o'clock, it'll come back on again like 10 o'clock. So I would have to watch The Walking Dead, and then I would watch the repeat of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Sunday is like my day, you know, like right before, the day before work, typically, you know, when I would be working full time, I would watch my shows on. I would have my Sunday lineup. Sometimes I would also watch Lifetime movies all day up until The Walking Dead, up until The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that's like how I carved out my Sunday. But this season was not fun to watch. I am interested in watching the SWV Escape reunion. So they premiered that show right after The Real Housewives of Potomac reunion went off last night. And this seems like it's going to be a good... I wasn't interested, but when I sat and watched it, because honestly, I wasn't planning on watching it, but I was in my recliner. I had my arm like props, and I was like, I can't move. I can't move. But, because I was thinking about going from the recliners in the living room. I was thinking about going into my room. But I just kind of sat there and I started watching it. And I thought it was pretty good. So I may watch that the whole season, you know. But yeah, Potomac they got to do something. They got to do something where, you know, they have to, I wonder if they ever bring in viewers to do like a, what do you call those when they do the where they test like shows? There's it's a name for it. I can't remember the name. Let me see something. I'm gonna Google it. Let me see if I can find a name. I want to say audience tests. Test screening. They do test screenings and film screenings, okay? So they do audience testing. So they need to do something like that when they hire cast, you know, like when they get some kind of feedback from the audience. You know, I know they probably watch a lot of social media to see what the general idea of the viewers are, but I think they should do something a little bit more formal, where they, you know, actually like bring people in to a studio and ask them questions and get feedback in person, you know. But that's just my opinion. But I'm gonna go home. I was thinking about taking a walk. My arm already feels, so I take the medication in the morning. It starts to wear off at night, and so I took it again this morning. So I'm guessing it's not going to kick in until a little bit later. So I may come out later, but the thing is that the doctor told me to use heat, which I've been using heat. He told me to stretch, and then I also heard that you have to rest, right? So I'm trying to figure out the right combination of resting and stretching and moving, right? Because movement is good. It's good for the bones. So I have to figure out a good combination because I don't want to aggravate it either, right? So if I don't walk today, I will probably walk tomorrow. And I have my elbow brace. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll plan, because I have to go back to work on Wednesday. So I'm off today and tomorrow. I have to work Wednesday. So maybe what I'll do is rest today, put my compression elbow thing on, and then tomorrow take my medication as usual, put my elbow thing on, and take a walk and see how I feel, you know. And if I don't feel well, just rest the rest of the day, you know. So, and when I have to go back to work Wednesday, the issue is that I have to type. And I worked yesterday and Saturday, and it was hard. It was so hard just to like extend my arm and type. It was hard. It hurt so bad. So that's my issue. It's not that I'm physically doing a whole lot, but just that stretching and typing it hurt. So I'm gonna have to rest as much as I can, but I also still want to stretch it and move it. But I have to. I'm aware of the fact that I'm gonna have to use my arm Wednesday for work. But all right, I'm not gonna hold you up. Have a good rest of your day. I'm moving forward with the house and stuff like that. So I called and I had to schedule the re-inspection. I still got some work to do in the house. It's going to be done between today and tomorrow. So I'm hoping that by the time the re-inspection happens on Thursday, everything will be in place with no issues. So I am praying for that outcome. So we will see. And but that's all the update I have for right now. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Bye. Hey y'all, for some reason I forgot to show you guys these. It was in a separate bag in my Ollie's bag because she said this was going to leak. So I also got Palmolive dish soap from Ollie's. I also got some strawberry fruit spread, and I got some vitamins. So you know what the funny part is? It's $7.99 for 250 tablets. And guess what I got from Vitamin World? Let me show you. I paid $28 for this. $28 for 90 wafers, and they're disgusting. Okay, disgusting. So from here on out, I'll be going to one of the discount stores and getting vitamins. These are horrible, and I wish I could return them. I don't think we can though once it's open. But these are horrible. I think I may want to see if somebody else wants those. They're nasty. But I'm going to just take the Centrum. I just feel like if I'm in pain, pain does cause issues with the immune system, so I want to make sure that at the very least I don't get sick, because my body's kind of breaking down, from pain. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys that, and then I also wanted to show you guys my cat's response. Let me pick this up. I wanted to show you guys my cat's response to this massage. I didn't pull it out yet for him, but I'm going to let him see it. So give me 1 minute. This should be fun. Let's see. So it looks like all I have to do is pull the tab and the battery should work. So, oh, it works. Oh, it might be a little bit too strong for him. There's only one set. It's kind of powerful. Let me see how he... Let's see. I'm going to take the sticker off of it. Let's take the sticker off. Sticker just falling up. It's like in like 5 different pieces now. But let's take the stickers off. play with it. Throw some trash. Alright, let's see. Hey, buddy. Look. Look, buddy. You like how I feel? No? Come get it. Come on. Come get it, buddy. I don't know if he... Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. I don't think he's interested. Come on. Yeah, I don't think he's interested. I wanted to show you his response, but have a good rest of your day and take care. Bye.